Good afternoon, guys. Brian here, and today I want to give you my impressions on Mastermind Creations' reformatted Spartan figure, who is IDW Impactor. So let's get this out of the way quickly. Here's his instructions. Comes with a comic book. I haven't read either. There's also a card in there. Yippee. His box. Pick you guys up for a second. Cool box artwork. Nothing on the side. Product shots on the back. There's the box. For accessories, he comes with his spare hand, which you can swap out with the hook hand, or you can swap it out with a drill hand, which also comes with a attachment piece for that. He also comes with a stun gun, which looks kind of like a tape roller, like tape. I don't know. That's just me. But here is Impactor or Spartan himself in a Metal Slug-inspired tank with some very nice paint apps. And it's a cool looking tank. Not like the coolest tank ever in my head. Like, I would have loved seeing Impactor done from like a StarCraft siege tank. That would have been awesome. But as a tank mode, this is not a bad looking tank mode. I am pleased and satisfied with this. I do kind of like the pistons that you end up forming. I just wish there was a lot more movement you could do on it. His turret can go up and down. It can go very small amounts of left to right. These don't really move. And if you really want more movement, you can get these pieces separated, because you have to actually combine them yourself for combine mode or for alt mode. Or if you do want more turret range, you can unhook them because you combine them for transformation yourself. And these are on like ball joints, so you can kind of move them around, and you can treat them as guns if you'd like. And then without those pistons, you get a full 360-degree motion on it. He doesn't have any sort of wheels or anything underneath, so you can't roll them. But I'm okay with that. I don't really need them to roll. I like that there's not drastic amounts of robot kibble. I mean, yes, you can see his hands, but that's about it. You don't see his head. You don't see really blatant legs or crotch. I mean, you can see him if you're looking for him, but just a quick peek and you don't really necessarily notice him. Bit gappy in the back, but I don't really care. So that's basically... Oh, wait, you also do get foot turrets, which, everybody should have foot turrets. But that's basically all you get for vehicle mode. So what do you say we do some size comparisons? Alright, for size comparisons, I have my standard yardstick of Chromia, who is the Prid RC mold. Drastically bigger, because, one's about a Voyager. Both alien vehicle modes, basically, so I'm perfectly okay with that. For a modern comparison, there is Motormaster, who has been repainted into Optimus Prime, so you can see how he would stack up to an Optimus Prime. And let's go ahead and throw in some other Combiner Wars figures so you can get a sense of scale with him in vehicle mode for these guys. I'm okay with the scale. Doesn't look horrible to me. But here's where a lot of people want to see some comparisons with some wreckers. So these are just some random wreckers I pulled out. I could have grabbed Perceptor, but didn't, and I'm sure I have some other guys that... Oh, hey, I actually did forget him. Oh god, what's his name? Gauntlet, I want to say is his name? Piston, it's Gauntlet and Piston. I don't remember which one was which. But Ironfist, this is Ironfist. So, in vehicle mode, the display of wreckers looks pretty cool. But I'm sure this is really the comparison everyone wanted to see of Impactor and Springer together, and these guys look pretty good. Just do a spin around for you. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And I have one other wrecker on hand that I'm sure people would like to see, and that's Impactor with the, what is it, Combiner Wars, Ultra Magnus figure. So there he is. There's Ultra Magnus. Hi guys, I'm Minimus Ambus. I actually like Minimus Ambus. But there is Ultra Magnus. Significant size difference. Really cool looking. I am digging it. I am good with this. I am expressing pleasantness. And there is size comparisons. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about MMC Spartan in his vehicle mode. What do you say we get him into robot mode and discuss how I feel about him in that mode, shall we? He's slow. Very, very slow. So bam, here he is in robot mode, and this is a very, very impressive looking robot mode. For the accessories, like I mentioned already, he's got the drill hand, and to swap it out, you can just pull this whole thing out. And these are actually two different pieces. And then you can just swap this in. There is a way you put this in. The orientation is important. There, that way. With the, like that. It forms a U, and you want the open top on the top part, because the bottom part is kind of shorter. To actually try and explain what I meant. Or am I wrong? Is that the upside down? No, that's right, that's right. Second guessing myself. Alright, so yeah. There he is with the drill hand. Or, if neither of those are your fancy, he does have the other hand that you can just plug into this really cool like joint on its own. The socket is connected to a ball joint, so no matter what you put in there, you've got tons of cool options you can do with it. He can hold his gun. Huzzah! But really, to me, Impactor is kind of defined as having a harpoon hand. And that was hard to get out. Despite being defined by having a harpoon hand, I can't remember whether the fins go up or down, so I'll leave them like that. This little yellow piece is used to connect up the arms in vehicle mode. And as long as I'm thinking about it, let me talk about his transformation. I hate this guy's transformation. I can never get him fully locked in. You twist a lot of things and stuff just doesn't really like clip in together. These thigh guards need to be oriented in a different direction than the legs. The arms don't really want to stay together, which is why I use this peg. By the way, this peg can come out and just be on its own if you want. I'd leave it in because I don't really care. These shovels came off so easily. I've heard reports that people occasionally just keep putting them on, and eventually they stay where they are. I didn't have the patience for that. I ended up just gluing it. Actually, I hadn't heard of that before. I ran out of patience and just glued it. Anyway, those are glued on now. But yeah, the transformation really, really kind of sucks to me. I do not like the way this guy transforms. Like, I like the theory behind it. Like, I love the way his legs fold in half and form the outer shell of the body. That's really cool to me. I love his feet. But yeah, that transformation is so pain in the ass transformation. It just bugs me. But let's talk about his articulation, shall we? So his cannon here can move all around because it's on a post and a swivel, and actually has to come off for transformation, and I don't really like that he has to parts form for transformation, but I'll begrudgingly have to accept it. Granted, the end result does look pretty awesome, so, you know, I'll accept it because of awesomeness. His head. It's on, what, a ball joint, I think? The head does a lot of fun stuff like heads should do. He can go, what? Yeah. No complaints about the head whatsoever. His arms have nothing hindering them going back, nothing going out. His arms are champs here. With the exception of once I glued these shovel pads onto his arm. He's got double jointed elbows, so he can do whatever the heck you want him to. He's got cool hands. His joints are a little stiff. Little tiff? No. His joints are a little stiff, but you can kind of get him into cool, like, kind of opposing points of view. What? What am I saying? You can get him into pointing poses, is what I was trying to say. I apparently can't speak. I should just stop right here. But I'm not going to, because we have more articulation. He has a waist joint. He's actually got, like, 3 joints in here. He's got a joint. Well, you can't really... I don't think you can use it. But basically, in this torso region, there's a joint right here, right underneath his pecs. Right here above his belt. And then right below his belt. Those are all separate joints that can rotate at various points. Most of them get locked in for various modes, but like I'm pretty sure the only joint that's working right now for robot mode is the waist joint. So that is kind of cool. This back piece does lock in to the front piece, so that prevents the upper torso from spinning around, independent of the lower torso. No, actually no, that would prevent the upper torso and the belt from moving separately. I'm not quite sure what's preventing the middle torso from moving, other than perhaps just friction, which is quite possible. This guy has really good friction on him. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. His waist can spin around a lot. Even though he's got this little butt flap here, it doesn't really get in the way. His legs can go forward a little ways, but the damn annoying thigh guards kind of hinder it. You have to adjust them to get them to go the full distance out. And likewise, you can't really go back without adjusting things. And that's about as far back as you can get it to go, as far as I can tell. The butt flap does get in the way in this particular case. Outward, he can go a decent way out, I'd say. Knee, just under 90. So, not an amazing leg so far. But his feet, oh my god, his feet are awesome. Ball joint, stem joint, or whatever you want to call this. It can just, I can do that for some reason. So if you want to have him like be piratey, arrgh. But yeah, these feet are pretty awesome. Oh, he also got toe joints, so he can tow. And if he really gets pissed off, he can deploy his tow guns, because everybody should have tow guns. Have I mentioned that before? Anywho, feet are awesome. Good job. So, oh yeah, and this guy, this gun is just on a 5mm post thing, whatever the word is. So he can hold it if he wants. But, of course, it should be on his shoulder, as a shoulder cannon. Should point out, these are repro labels. So, yeah, I have to repro label, and he has to have a label for vehicle mode. So that's where I put it. Alright, so there's my thoughts on his transformation and his articulation. Let's start pulling some guys in for some size comparisons and stop me from rambling further and making this video even longer. So, get you in a somewhat neutral pose here, Impactor, Spartan, thing, whatever you want to be called. I'm going to call you Impactor. Oh, I never did a close-up of his head. His head is kind of glorious. Come on, guys, you can focus on it. I give you permission. Alright, there you guys go. So, his head, I like the head quite a bit. The mouth, not a huge fan of that. Maybe if it was a little black on the inside, it would look a little bit better. I do love his what color is that? Like teal, jade eyes. I like the panel lining. I know some people don't like the panel lining. I like it. Actually, I kind of wish the lower recesses of the vent areas had some panel lining in it too. But I like the head sculpt. The way it's designed, it looks cool to me, and the paintwork looks really good too. But we were trying to do some size comparisons, weren't we? So to kick things off, my first comparison is, of course, my Yardstick Chromia, who is dwarfed by Spartan, at like almost nearly, 2/3 the height of Spartan? So yeah, that's a big difference. Oops, that should be ha. Had that wheel a little weird. That's a big difference. But hey, here's another Voyager from a modern thing, or a modern line. Motormaster, who has been repainted into Optimus Prime. They're about the same size. Let's get Chromia out of the way here. And throw in some more Stunticons to kind of show how he would look in modern displays. Not bad. He is like dead on Voyager height, so he looks fine. Alright, so bam, here he is with a whole bunch of wreckers that I showed you off earlier with, and he fits in quite well with them. Height-wise, he is very good. He's smaller than Ultra Magnus, about the same size as Springer and Impactor. He looks good in this display. This is a darn good Impactor. Alright, so I guess that then brings me to my final thoughts on Impactor here. Or rather, I should say MMC Spartan. And he is a very impressive figure to have on a shelf, and I am really kind of glad that I stuck with my pre-order on him, because I was tempted to cancel him a few times, and I decided to stick with it because I like Impactor, and he really goes well with that generation Springer. And he's a fun figure to play around with. I love the colors on this guy. The mustard yellow and the purple. Even though, as soon as I got this guy, I realized, wait a second, purple's a Decepticon color. He shouldn't be purple. Which then makes me go, should I apply some Autobot colors to my Decepticons? But anyway, my ranting aside, back about the figure, I enjoyed him, so I'm glad I stuck with him. I hate his transformation, mostly because of the legs and the backpack. I don't know. I have issues with the transformation. But beyond all that, once I get him into a cool pose, like, let's say he's walking forward, talking about his life outside, and just, like, being kind of angry about it. Like, I don't freaking like that I used to know Megatron. So he looks good. He can get into a very good I'm walking pose while shooting my cannon off to the side, I guess. He poses well. He looks good. Transformation aside, he was a good buy for me. I enjoy him. I don't know if I absolutely love this guy. Like if he blew up suddenly or broke or something, I'm not entirely sure I'd replace him, but I am glad to have gotten a chance to mess with him, and I'm glad that I own him. Yeah, I'm glad I own him. I don't want to think about trying to replace him. So yeah, I have a few nitpicks, but yeah, like him. So there's my thoughts on the figure, guys. Probably a bit longer than I intended it to be, but I am curious to know what you guys think about him. How do you feel about the panel lining, the face sculpt? What do you guys feel about the Metal Slug inspired tank? What do you feel about the new series, Sins of the Wreckers? I'm curious to know what you guys think about this stuff. And, yeah. Oh, I also want to take a moment to sincerely thank those of you who have subscribed to us and spread the word about us. You guys are amazing for having done all that, and I can't thank you enough for everything you guys do for us, and you guys are the reason we keep doing these videos. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are totally awesome, and yeah. Until next time, guys, I will see you later. Alright, I'm going to try a catchphrase as an outro. Till all are near you. No? No? Don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Bye!